Welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, joined with your other host,
Karen.
Today's episode's fucking weird.
Yeah, we recorded it like a year ago.
Yeah, and it's been sitting on our file of something like post. We were going to do like an encore.
Yeah.
We tried doing like encores where we thought we would post extra bonus episodes. And we posted like 2 or 3.
I don't edit them fast enough, so...
We also don't record enough shit.
No, we don't.
We're repurposing this as a normal episode. So this intro might be a little different than... Well, yeah, the intro is definitely different. If you're listening on just normal listening devices...
Good job, Brian.
Yes, whatever those words are.
Podcast.
Sure, that stuff
platforms.
Too. If you're just doing the audio version only, that's what I meant to say, you shouldn't notice too much of a difference. But if you're watching the video on YouTube, then you might notice some difference. But in any case...
We look different.
Somewhat. In any case, this is our time in Detroit at the Metallica Takeover show where we saw Damaged Inc. and I think it was Motorbreath.
Motorbreath, yep. And there was a surprise guest
at St. Andrews Hall, and there was a surprise guest. I fucking love this show because of the guest. So
yes.
Check out to the end. You'll see who the guest is. If you don't want to wait till the end, it's Jason. So just you check it out to the end anyway. Other thing I want to say real quick, we met a new friend here at the Metallica show. He was also at he and his significant other were both at that show and this show in Chicago.
But we didn't know them then.
We did not.
So
we ended up having dinner with them afterwards. We'll talk about that whenever.
Not after Detroit show, after the Chicago show.
Yes.
So
and we'll talk about that during the Chicago episode that we do. But I told him about seeing Jason, and he's like, "Holy fuck! I should have gone. I was on the fence of going to that show or not, and I didn't. I chose not to. Fuck! I should have gone." And
I thought he went and he left after Motorbreath.
Oh fuck! That's what it was.
Yes.
Yeah, they left early
because we almost left early as well.
Yeah.
Because we're like, oh, fuck, this is like Metallica after Metallica. It's not that good, like it's fine, but we've seen better tributes. I'm so glad we didn't leave.
We're gonna talk all about that
in this episode, so listen.
And not much more. So I honestly have no clue what the fuck we talked about.
I can't remember either. We recorded it seriously 10 and a half months ago.
In any case, enjoy. And we'll catch you at the next show.
Yep.
This is another encore episode.
Yes.
What is this going to be all about?
The tributes to all?
Yeah, the tributes to all. The Metallica Takeover in Detroit. Okay. So you said tributes to all. We ended up going to see that particular show.
Yes.
Which was let me pull that up, Damaged Inc. and Motorbreath, their show at St. Andrews Hall in Detroit.
Yeah. Yep.
Tickets for that were $25 and then $10.25 in fees. So part of Metallica and their M72 tours, they're doing like a city takeover. They have movie festivals, in quotes, going on where they play like their movies or I believe just documentaries about Metallica and whatnot. There's book signings. There's special events that go on the entire time, including charity events and whatnot. And then they brought along a few bands with them, traveling city to city, putting on shows. The Tributes to All was the one show we went to. There was another one also going on with Odo and Bastard Dan, I think
that's how you say it, yeah.
Bastard Dan. They were headlining another show with Fury and Few and Kelp. Is that how you say that?
I think so.
KLEPT. We did buy tickets for that one too. Tickets for that were $15 and then $6.57 in fees. So when this got first announced for the Detroit show, that like we're doing a city takeover and they had these 2 shows going on, we picked up both of them because the original advertisement, I swear to...
No, it is. I have the receipt.
Do you have the...
Yeah.
So yeah, but even like the email we got or something, it said 10 a.m. for Odo and Bastard Dan.
And a receipt is for a ticket for 10 a.m.
We bought the ticket and it says 10 a.m. Right. Like at first we're like, that's fucking early.
Yeah. That's what I thought, but then I was like, well, it is Metallica Takeover. Maybe one's in the morning and one's in the evening so that you have like a whole day.
That made sense. That was like very appealing to us because it's also the day after Metallica and we're like, fuck, are we going to be able to get up and go see this? And it's also not in Detroit. It's in the burbs.
We didn't know that, though, when we bought them.
We may have, because I kind of remember having that conversation.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like, you even have the city as Detroit.
Oh, I do. Never mind. Yeah. The Sanctuary, Detroit.
Yeah, but it's not in Detroit. It's at the Sanctuary, but that's not in Detroit.
Oh, maybe I just threw it. In any case.
I don't think Detroit's suburbs are like Chicago suburbs,
maybe
though.
Not, yeah.
I don't think it takes like an hour to get there.
In any case, it was 10 a.m. and we're like, fuck it, we'll make it work. Let's go check out music. Let's just go listen to music all day. We'll go see this. We'll go get lunch afterwards. Then we'll go to Damage Inc. Also, Damage Inc. was supposed to have Sandman as a third band.
Yeah, and I looked on the receipt for that, and Sandman was listed.
So, long story short, this is already pretty long, but Odo couldn't make it. They had to drop out, so then it was just Bastard Dan and Fury and Few and Kept. And the time got changed from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., which was the exact same time as the other show. And it came down to like, what the fuck are we going to go do?
Yeah.
Where are we going to go? What are we going to see?
Yeah.
I would have preferred to see Bastard Dan, I think, before going into it.
Yeah, before going into it, I think that's what I wanted to see as well.
Because we knew that Motorbreath and Damage Inc. were Metallica tribute bands.
Yeah, so we were like, do we want to listen to Metallica all weekend, or like Metallica songs all weekend, or go see something else that we've never seen before?
Exactly. So like, Metallica, or Metallica something new, Metallica.
Yeah.
We would have preferred the something new.
Yeah.
But
it came down to I didn't want to drive.
Because it was in the burbs.
Yeah.
So it was like an hour away, you said, or something?
No, I don't think I think it was only like 20 minutes or something, but okay. I was like, I don't want to drive.
In any case, because Odo dropped out, we were able to get a refund. They got an email from the distributor or the venue being like, if you want a refund, we understand, we'll give you a refund. We had all intentions to go to it, even though Odo dropped out, because we wanted new music, and we thought it was 10 a.m.
Yeah, I think a couple of days before you were looking, and you're like, wait, this is 7 o'clock. Right. And then we went back and looked at everything we had, and we're like, no, we bought tickets for 10 a.m.
There must have been an announcement or something that I skipped, but I don't remember seeing anything, or if it was just sort of a silent, like, oh shit, we typoed this.
Yeah. Maybe the tickets were supposed to go on sale at 10 a.m. and they actually put that as the ticket time. Which makes sense,
because that's when tickets go on sale. It's 10 a.m. local time.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened.
It kind of pissed me off, to be honest. So I was like, fuck this. This is stupid. I swear to fucking God, the email from Metallica said 10 a.m. And it pissed me off because it was like, great, we're going to go see Metallica tribute bands. And there's nothing wrong with that. A friend of ours is in a Metallica tribute band. I like Metallica tribute bands. I like tribute bands in general. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're great. They're solid fucking musicians playing this music.
Yeah.
And they're doing it in a honorable way to the band. They're not trying to be up there and disrespect bands or anything. It's so much fun, and the price of entry for these events is cheap.
Yeah.
So like we said, what, $25 to see Damaging?
Yeah. Like,
that's a fun night out. Cheaper than going to see a movie. So yeah, I'm gonna go see live music.
Chicago is cheaper than seeing a movie. Some cities, it's a lot.
Everywhere.
No, in that one city that we saw, I don't know, one of the Avenger movies, it was like $5 a ticket.
I guess that was like
and $5 for popcorn.
Podunk, small ass town. With
I know.
200
That's
people.
what I'm saying. Like some places.
I got you. But also, music doesn't come through there. So.
Well, no, but if they travel to Detroit, this would be more than a movie.
Fair. You have me there.
You're right. I do.
Anyway, that's getting into the music. We chose to see Damage Inc. and Motorbreath and what we thought was Sandman at the time. For convenience, it was closer.
It was walking distance from the hotel. So
if both shows were in Detroit, we would have chose Bastard Dan.
Oh yeah.
Over this. And at the end of this, we'll see if we would have made the right choice or not. But we'll see. We get into the show. It's at St. Andrew's Hall, as we said.
It's an old church.
It was a really cool venue.
Yeah. When we walked by, I was like, oh, is that the venue? Like, because we went and got some food first. And I was like, oh, is that the venue? That's like a church. That's really awesome. And I was like, but maybe it's not. Like, maybe something else around here is. But I was like, that's really fucking awesome.
We didn't get up to the balcony. I think tickets for the balcony were like $35 additional charge
is
or
that
something.
Extra on top of your $25?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Well, I don't know. I just asked, like, how do I get up? What's it cost to get up there? And it said $35.
Oh.
I didn't ask if it was an additional, like, I already bought my ticket because clearly I'm in here. I assume because clearly I'm in here.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyways, but you could see, like, so they had, like, seats kind of wrapped around, just a few seats. But you could see some of the old, like, brick of the church and stuff through, like, the doorway and stuff. I wanted to go up just to, like, check it out and take pictures, but I didn't ask.
Large bar on stage left, a smaller bar in the back on stage right. Unlimited popcorn for $11.
Yeah.
Smelled amazing. I should have bought some fucking popcorn. I didn't. Like, I've been craving, like, that style popcorn, like, ever since.
Movie theater popcorn.
So it's almost Thanksgiving. We always go to see a movie on Thanksgiving. I'm super excited now because of this show, I think.
To get some popcorn.
Craving the fuck out of that kind of popcorn.
Yeah. It's a very small venue because I think on the wall it says 497 persons.
Yeah.
So it's a very small venue, but I like it because it's like just an open floor and like there's no pillars or anything. It's just open floor. So yeah.
They had a special Metallica like drink with the blackened whiskey. I got one of those. It was pretty fucking tasty, like apple juice.
That's what it tastes like.
Yeah, it was good.
You drank it pretty fast, so that's probably why.
It was good. Not that many people, honestly. It filled out toward the end, but
it wasn't packed.
It wasn't packed.
Yeah.
No,
it was never packed.
Not disappointed, but like, why? What were other people doing?
Yeah, and this didn't sell out. The Bastard Dan said it was sold out.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, on the Metallica like Instagram, they like posted that was sold out, but this was not.
Oh, okay.
So
again, I would have preferred that one going into the show because I just want new music.
Yeah.
Also, I think like Metallica children are in some of those bands. I think.
Is that Lars?
Lars and James, I think. I don't know if they're both in Bastard Dan or one's in Bastard Dan, one's in Odo, or vice versa.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't talk to that.
I can't talk to either. It was new bands we've never heard of. Let's go check them out, basically, was the thing. But anyway, we get to Motorbreath. I think this is the time we realize it's just Motorbreath and Damaging.
Yeah.
So again, it's like, really? That's it? But whatever. Motorbreath takes the stage, and what do we get for a set list for them?
Yeah, so they played Battery, Ride the Lightning, Welcome Home, Sanitarium, Harvester of Sorrow, The Four Horsemen, The Shortest Straw, Leper Messiah, Motorbreath, Whiplash, and Hit the Lights. I forgot about The Shortest Straw. They played that during the 40th, too. Metallica did.
Yeah.
I like that song, too.
This was a good set.
It was.
A lot of good songs. They opened to Battery. We didn't get that at night one or two.
Oh, we didn't. Yeah.
Battery's a fucking killer song.
Yeah.
So we didn't get that. Four Horsemen. I don't think I've ever heard Four Horsemen live from Metallica. So.
Oh, I don't think so, yeah.
I love Four Horsemen. I want to hear it live from them, but we get a tribute band bringing it, and it was a fucking great song here, too. Leper Messiah, we heard that the night before, so it was sort of like, oh, you're doing this. They just did that. But at the same time, it's like, whatever. It's still fun. It's still good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. So we heard songs Metallica didn't play as well as songs they did play. But it was awesome. It was a fun time.
Yeah. It was fine.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah. I've really thought about this because I did not necessarily enjoy them. I was like trying to figure out why. And I think it was the vocalist.
Okay.
And I think that we also had it when we saw Damaged Justice here in Chicago, where it's a female lead. And I was like, it's fine. It's Metallica songs. It's just not, it doesn't get me in the mood to see them perform them.
You want more of a James Hetfield sort of
I want James
vocal.
to sing. No, and I get it. It's a tribute to the band. Whoever's doing it is a tribute. And like we saw Sabbath with Damaged Justice, and they're a full female band that plays Black Sabbath song or Ozzy songs basically, or is it all Black Sabbath or is it Ozzy too? I can't remember
if they played Ozzy, but it's definitely you get the Dio era.
You
get all of Sabbath.
Yeah. So, anyways, and I wasn't necessarily into the vocalist there either. So I think that's really what it comes down to. And this vocalist, he just didn't have the range of voice and like the sound of a James. And not that I understand it's a tribute. It doesn't need to have the same sound, but I think that's why I didn't enjoy it.
It wasn't as deep for sure. Like the vocals weren't.
Like I'm not saying it wasn't good. I'm just saying I didn't enjoy it as much.
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. And you've mentioned this also, I think, with like Knocked Loose, where the vocalist is there.
That's
like the
why I don't listen
take
to that.
you out of the music a little bit.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm not a vocalist anyway. Like I pay more attention to the instruments than I do the vocals and the lyrics.
Yeah.
Although I do respect it and I understand it and I do appreciate where like, and I agree, like some vocals fit really well into a song, others don't in terms of like the composition of the song. I get what you're saying about like the vocals and everything, but to me that wasn't a big, I'm not a fan of this type thing. I was enjoying the music. I knew, as you said, it's a tribute. It's not going to be 100% identical, but I was enjoying it. Yeah. And I think you were enjoying it too. It's just like that was the one little bit where it was like...
Yeah. I think after they were done, I asked like, how much were these tickets again? And you're like $25. And I'm like, that's kind of a steep charge for it.
Oh, really?
Well, not steep, but just for other tribute bands that we went to is like $10 or $15. Yeah. So I was just like, that's kind of steep for a small venue like this and having a $25 ticket.
And I wonder if it's sort of we're with the Metallica M72.
I think so. I think so.
We can up our price just a little bit
Maybe. So at that point where I was like, we paid $25 for this and I'm not enjoying it too much. I was like, and I don't know Damaging. I know that they're a huge band out of California.
This isn't Damaging.
I know.
Okay.
I was saying at this point after we heard Motorbreath.
Gotcha.
I was like, not sure if it was worth the money for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I was just like, kind of like what you were saying, like, did we make the right choice to come see this?
Fair. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think I was a little disappointed too, not because I was like, this is not good or anything, blah, 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 but more of I would have preferred to be at the other show than this. And that's not to say like like I said, I enjoy tribute bands a lot. I do enjoy them. I do like them. It's usually a cheaper way to experience. We brought this up during like the Roadie for a Day episode, right? Where,
go back and listen to it. It's very long,
and probably not good like this one.
Not good like this one, right?
Yeah, all our episodes suck. We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
We just do this for us.
Yeah. Anyway, but Wonkzilla, right? We were talking about Rob Zombie, where it's like, I would rather go see Wonkzilla than Rob Zombie possibly for $25 versus $200.
Depending on the price, yeah. And Wonkzilla, and that's where I go back to the vocalist, where Wonkzilla sounded like Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Like the songs sounded like you were at a Rob Zombie concert, where for Motorbreath, in my opinion, it didn't come off that way. It was Metallica songs being played.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yep.
Absolutely fine. That's just my thought at the end of their set.
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily the happiest either, but again, I think it was I wish I was at the other show finding out about new music. I like to find out new music, seeing it live, not just like listening to it on Spotify.
Yeah.
We'll do that from time to time, but it's really rare that I like search out new music and just listen to it on like a streaming platform, right?
Right.
I like to go see them live first and then like, okay, now I'll listen to you again.
Yeah.
And even then there's a lot of bands we've found this year alone live, and like, holy shit, they're fucking awesome. I need to check them out more.
And we haven't listened to them?
Haven't listened to them once.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because it's like, fuck, they were so good.
I think about that all the time where I'm like going through Instagram, like, oh shit, yeah, that band. Like I remember seeing them. They were so good. Like I need to listen to their music. And then I go back to what we always listen to.
I put one song in and then it's like, fuck, you know what? I haven't listened to Laid to Rest in fucking weeks. Let's listen to that again.
Yeah. Yeah. But, or it's like we put the playlist on that we have, but I mean, there's like 800 some songs on that.
Yeah.
So in a 30-minute car ride, we don't even drive like that, but even a 4-hour car ride, you do not get, the music. So,
but yeah, I mean, the thing for me after the set got over was not like, oh, it didn't sound just like Metallica. The vocals threw me off, which I understand what you're saying. I understand like why that would do that to you and other people potentially. To me, it was Metallica tribute bands are a dime a dozen. They're all over the fucking place. And that's not to say that's a bad thing. I really enjoy it. I like to go see them. It's a cheap way to listen to Metallica music live and listen to great musicians play these songs. Like I said, our friend is in a Metallica tribute band. The thing that the vast majority of them that we've seen, and we've only seen a handful of them, not that many, but the vast majority of them play the early shit. They play the first 4 albums of Metallica, and that's about it. And our friend in Thrash the Titans, they play the first 4 songs from the first 4 albums, but their thing is it's a tribute not only to Metallica, but to all of Thrash.
Yeah.
And the big 4. So they're playing Anthrax, Megadeth, Slayer. So you get a good mix of different music in there, and it's such a good fucking fun time. So I like that aspect, like that little twist they put on that. Like, we're not just playing the first 4 albums of Metallica. Where this, when it got done, it's like, great, that's awesome. I've heard these songs a lot. These songs are great. But that Battery, we talked about that, fucking awesome. I loved it. I'm glad we got to see it this weekend. But everybody does it. What's unique about you? Why should I come back?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I'm free on Saturday night and you're 3 blocks away. Let's go fucking check you out.
Yeah. It was more than 3 blocks, but
no, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But again, I would do that again. I would definitely go see these guys again. I'd see these guys every fucking weekend if I'm free. Honestly, because it was fun. It was a good way to get out of the house and listen to live music.
Yeah.
But it just at the end of the night, I want something more. I want something new. I want something different. And knowing that we're supposed to have 3 bands and only have 2, and both of the bands are just Metallica tribute bands, and even the third one was going to be a Metallica tribute band. It was like Metallica. Metallica's fucking awesome. I love Metallica, my favorite band. But give me something else. Give me something more. Like, have more diversity in this. Like, I don't know. That was where my mind was in between the sets.
Okay.
For that first set, we were on stage right, I believe it was.
Yeah.
I have to think about this.
Yeah. I mean, it was a small stage, so we were kind of like center-ish.
And then we sort of moved over to stage left for the next band.
So we were like kind of by the ADA seating area.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. There was the ADA seating. We stood right in front of that, and there was sort of like this rope blocking off where there were like security and people standing.
Yeah.
Like the stairs going down.
Yeah, I think the dressing rooms are downstairs just from what we saw. So
then Damage Inc. takes the stage, and again, I was happy to be there. I was super excited to hear them play. I was just more of in the lines of, we're gonna hear more of the first 4 albums. We're not gonna get any more diversity in bands. Obviously, it's a Metallica, so we're only getting Metallica. But we're not gonna get any more like diversity in anything outside of the first 4. So there is good music after the first 4 albums. It'd be awesome to hear some of that music too. I get it. People love the first 4 albums, and after that, they're like, Metallica sucks. They're not real metal anymore. I understand why people say that. I disagree with it, but I don't know. That was my fear going into it. And read us off the set list and see that.
And then you'll make comments.
For the first couple songs, yeah, that's what it was.
So they start with Phantom Lord, Fight Fire with Fire, Bread Fan, Moth into a Flame, Bleeding Me, Dyer's Eye, No Leaf Clover, the bass solo. What is that? Just what it's called, bass solo?
We'll talk more about that, but yeah, it was a bass solo.
Okay. Fade to Black, Room of Mirrors, Hardwired, The End of the Line, Creeping Death, Am I Evil, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Seek and Destroy, and then they end it with Master of Puppets. So a lot of these songs, for me, and I basically listen to the same Metallica music. Well, you would listen to Metallica all the time, so I probably hear these songs. But for me, the Metallica that I listen to is on our playlist from the last year, or like what's on the radio, or just the mainstream Metallica songs.
Yeah.
So a lot of these songs I didn't even know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So to me, this is new. Not new, but it's just not on what I normally listen to.
Yeah. Once the third song hit, Bread Fan, I was like, oh, all right. So we're getting a little bit more outside of the first 4, but we're getting some cool shit. That's fun. And then Moth in the Flames going to Hardwired.
Yeah.
Not my favorite album by any means, but sweet. This is a tribute band that is doing things outside of the first four. They're going all over the place. And then right after that, going Bleeding Me. Holy shit, I was so happy. That song, I love that song. It's I really like Load and Reload. I know people don't. I understand why they don't. I don't think it's necessarily a metal album. They're not metal albums by any means. But there's some good fucking rock blues bits on there. They're good fucking albums. Are they as good as Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Puppets? Fuck no, they're not. They're not the same style of music. And I get why people are pissed about them. But there's some good fucking music on there. And Bleeding Me is one of those songs. Like, so fucking good. And then No Leaf Clover. Fucking playing Clover. Holy shit. Like, that's one of the songs that Metallica will switch in and out.
In and out, yeah. Because we've heard that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard it with S&M2, and that's like the best way to hear it was with the orchestra, because that's where they wrote the song for.
Yeah.
But we got to hear it here, and it's like, So at this point, I'm so fucking happy with this. I'm like,
because it's different.
Yeah, exactly. It turned me around. I went into this set being like, I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have fun.
To clarify, you're the one that said like, oh, do you want to kind of go stand back or stand, stand in a different position? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I thought that was like so that we can leave early. That's what I thought.
See, I thought about leaving early. I did, but then at the same time, I was like, I don't want to leave early.
I don't want to leave.
Like, we paid for it. 1, 2, it's still live music.
Yeah.
And even though I don't know, it's still live music and it's still great fucking music. And these guys could fucking play.
Yeah.
For sure.
I enjoyed them as a tribute band more than Motorbreath.
To be fair, the lead singer did come out as like a 90 head fill look.
Oh, yeah.
With like the mustache
100%.
and the short.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that. I was like, is this James from the 90s?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And did you see him singing? Like, he would sing with his eyes closed like James does.
Yeah.
And like so the guitar player actually played with Motorbreath.
Oh, we forgot to bring that up.
Yeah. So because their guitar player couldn't make it. And like he plays like Kirk with his mouth open.
Yeah, I forgot he played for both bands. Like, they made that announcement for Motorbreath.
Yeah.
Then he was out there again, like almost right away playing. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and he has like the Kirk guitars where like one's just purple and then one has like the Ouija board on it and stuff.
I think the purple one is the Ouija board.
No, he had 2 of them because the one he played with Motorbreath didn't have the Ouija board, and then when he played with Damage Inc., he had the Ouija board. But yeah, the purple color, Kirk's purple color.
Yeah, I don't know. By Bleeding Me and then Clover, I was like, fuck, I'm good. I'm sold on this. I'm happy. This is great.
Your night kind of changed around
instantly. Yep.
Yeah.
And then after Clover, as you said, they went into the bass solo.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about this because like they started playing it, and we were standing, as you said, by that ADA and that sort of like VIP sort of section-y where it was roped off.
Yeah, it was like roped off to the basement or to the stairs, which I'm assuming goes to the basement, which I'm assuming is like the dressing room.
Right. And so we're standing there, and there was nobody really in that area except for this guy and this woman just standing there, hanging out, sitting on some boxes and shit, watching the show, having a few drinks. He walked by us once, and I like stepped out of his way so he could walk by me and go to the bathroom or some shit, and then came back. And the bass solo starts, and he like walks up towards the rope in front of us a little bit, and just very loudly he's like, "No, they're not playing this." And instantly my head was like, what the fuck, asshole?
I know. So when I heard that, that's what I thought too. I was like, what the fuck? Like, who yells that?
Right. Like, in my head, I was like, fuck you. This is awesome. This is Jason's bass solo. This is his fucking bass solo.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I've never heard this. Like, when people do bass solos now, like it's Rob's bass solo, or for like the S&M2, it was, we're going to do Anesthesia for Cliff.
Yep.
Like, it's all like that. And
yeah. And you watch this bass solo all the time on YouTube.
I do. I love Jason's bass solo. And like, so when that came up, it's like, fuck you. This is awesome. This is the first time I've ever seen this solo. I'm so fucking excited for this. So fuck you, asshole. But then I looked at him and I was like,
and to be clear, you didn't say anything.
No, it was in my head.
In your head.
In my head. Like,
we never say the shit that we always think.
Nobody ever does. Well, some people do.
Some people do.
But it was like that quick instant. And then I looked over at him, and it was like the facial expression was one of excitement, not of, you can't play this, it's sacrilegious. It's, they were excited as I was to see this song be played. It felt like. And I was like, all right, never mind. My frustration, my anger is gone. Like again, a split second of anger. Cool, we're on the same page. We're both excited to see this song. I go back to listening to it and watching the stage. And I was like, wait, hold on. And I look back. And I look back. And I kind of look back at the guy again. All right. Keeps going on. Next song comes on. Fade to black. And I kind of turn to you. I think I lean into your ear and I'm like, I think this guy over here is Jason.
I was like, and I probably audibly was like, no, it's not. Like in that tone too. Like, no, it's not.
And I looked back and I was like, I'm pretty fucking sure this is Jason. And though it turns out it was Jason.
Yeah, it was.
Eventually, like I think we lock eyes, not lock eyes, but I look at him, he looks at me, like we have the eye contact, and I sort of nod. He might nod back. I can't remember exactly, but it was fucking Jason. And I was like, holy shit. So it was Jason. He was excited to see his song played and like tributed. And I don't know, to me, it was a great moment. And it was roughly around this time also where I think Damage Inc. was like, we have a few songs left before we do like a 30th style tribute.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can bear with us, and you know what I mean? Like your normal, like just a few songs left for us on this, but then blah, 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 blah. You know, your normal shit. And they get to that 30th style and they bring Motorbreath out to play with them. And they bring Jason on stage to sing. And this was right around Creeping Death, I think it was.
Yes, yeah.
And I was so fucking happy at this time. I had never seen Jason live before, so I was pumped at this point. Didn't play bass, but he played guitar. He sung. He was on stage. He was just having a blast.
I think him singing Creepy Death was like the highlight for me of the night. And then to see his face when everybody, I mean, even though it's like 400 people or 300 people, I don't know how many people, but everybody screaming, die, die, die. And like watching him watch everybody else was fucking amazing.
I think my first time seeing Creeping Death was Metallica play on like MTV or something. And then I saw like the crowd start chanting, die, die, die. And I didn't understand like, how'd they know that that's the part? Like James didn't come up and say, you're doing this. And then it was like soon after I got the Binge and Purge box set. I could be wrong all of this around. Like I could be wrong. But that's where I first learned about the whole die thing, was from that box set, watching the live DVDs. And then it's Jason out there, die, die. And then right at the end, motherfucker, die. Like you still have that now. Like people will still say motherfucker, die.
Oh, yeah.
And Rob will be up there and do it too. Like,
yeah,
it's right there at the very end. Like, motherfucker, die, die. Like,
yeah.
I know about that because I've watched Jason do it on that DVD, like over and over and over and over.
And is Creeping Death a song that he used to sing the lyrics to?
Only that die part.
Oh, only that part. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen we watched old YouTube and old video. What's it on Nugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, like old videos of them, and like he has vocal parts.
And he might during those. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure, but the one I'm thinking of was James with that like live shit Binge and Purge that I watched. And at that point,
yeah, we'll have to watch some of those old ones again. But I'm pretty sure he has some songs where he's like lead vocal on. Yeah.
So I don't know. That was fucking awesome to see him up there singing. And the other thing, when he was down there, and I was like, I think this is Jason over here. The other thing that the first thought that went in my mind wasn't like, oh my God, I should say something to him. I should try to like give him a high five or fist bump or some shit. The first thought afterwards, like, I think this is Jason, is, God damn, he's fucking tall. Like, I swear to God, it was like, I did not think he'd be that fucking tall. He's a tall motherfucker.
Yeah. But then we talked about that, like, when we left, I was like, yeah, I think I remember him being tall because, like, in all the pictures of them, he's, like, leaning over. Oh, sorry, I went out. But he's, like, leaning over and, like, not standing up straight.
I don't know. I never envisioned him being that tall. But then he's on stage having a few drinks and singing and I was going to say dancing, but singing and playing guitars and just having a blast. And I got to see Jason play for the first time live. Like, I'm so happy. And
they did like 5 songs together.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It was so fucking awesome. Like, clearly a defining character in my life for the music he created and brought to my life. And I've never seen him play live. Never seen Cliff, never going to see Cliff, but I've now seen Jason play Metallica songs live. So I'd love to see him in other things. I'd love to see him just make music and see him live, but this was the first time, and I was so fucking happy we got to do it.
Yeah. So was it worth $25?
Fuck yes. Easily. Even if Jason wasn't there, it was worth it.
I know. I think our mindset changed so much once Damage Inc. started, and then by the time it was over, it was just like our minds went from this was an okay night to, oh my fucking God, I'm glad we chose this.
Yeah, it was. It's tough because if we're here, like just say it's Saturday night tonight when we're recording this, and we see walking down the road at Reggie's or walking down the road at the Vic or wherever the fuck we're walking down the road, walk by a theater, and it's tonight, Damaged Inc., Motorbreath, $25. I would turn to you and be like, we don't have anything going on, right? Do you want to just hang out and check this out? And your response would probably be, yeah, let's go watch this. And we'd do that and I'd have a fucking blast. Honestly, I would. My frustration, or not frustration, but my hesitation on this particular night was somebody fucked up the schedule or the announcement, and I could have been at a different...
Yeah.
I could have found out about new music and found out something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was at 10 a.m., that's a different story. But the fact that it was like...
At the same time. The same night, the same time. Yeah.
That threw me off. And then like the Metallica, only Metallica. Great. They're awesome. I love them. They changed my life. I also want other music, though. They're not the only music out there. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess, to summarize, I would have preferred to see Bastard Dan. But I'm glad they were in the burbs, so I didn't miss out on this opportunity.
Yeah. I think you would have been very disappointed if you would have found out that Jason was there and played, if we would have made the other decision.
I don't know. I mean, I would have, yes, been disappointed. But at the same time, it's like, well, we found out about new music. And
yeah. No, I think you would have. I think you would have been in the hotel room like, fuck, why didn't we go? Like, why did we do this?
Maybe.
Why did we go to the suburbs?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That would definitely be the...
Yeah.
Yep.
I know you. I know what you would do.
Even if Jason wasn't there, this still would have been a fucking amazing set. Both bands were awesome. The venue was super fucking cool. The price was right, in my opinion. Like, it was great. I want to do more of these Metallica Takeover when they do it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see what they do when they come to Chicago.
Yeah.
Do they already have announced who's coming?
They don't. No.
Oh, okay.
I would like more diversity in the set lists, or not the set list, but the bands.
The bands, yeah.
If you're going to do tribute, like there's Zeppelin tributes, there's AC/DC tributes, there's Thrash of the Titans who do Megadeth. Like they do a bunch of other tributes, right?
Yeah.
Like there's other tributes out there. I get it. You're awesome. But maybe expose people to other music too. The music that brought you into music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That would be super fucking awesome. Of like, they're big on Deep Purple. Do a Deep Purple tribute. I don't know if that's out there, but maybe it is.
I'm sure somebody has it somewhere.
Yeah. So I don't know. That would be my one tweak to this, or keep the two of them, bring a third one in, which is a different, which they had a third one, but it was Sandman, which I'm assuming is a Metallica.
It is Metallica, yeah.
So all in all, if you're going to a Metallica, one of these M72 shows, check out these Takeover shows. They're so much fun, and the price is right on them. It's a blast. And we didn't even talk about the people we ran into and talked to.
Oh, yeah.
Not even like in the main Metallica episode that we talked about. We didn't talk about the people that much.
No, we didn't.
We ran into so many fucking amazing people, like friendly motherfuckers who are just like, you talk to them like, oh shit, that's an awesome shirt. And you talk to them about the shirt, the band, and like everybody's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I liked before the show started this night, we did talk to a lot of people, which is rare for us. We're going to try to do better at that. But I felt like this crowd's, maybe because it was like the Metallica crowd, or like we were all like-minded and not necessarily like some of the shows we go to is like a little emo-y or a little bit different crowd, where this was like everybody here seemed to have the same taste of music that we do, and we just kind of like were able to have the conversation with them a little bit easier.
Yeah, I don't know. It was everybody was super fucking friendly and it was awesome.
Yep.
So I mean, go check out live music. You're gonna find new shit. You'll find the same old shit, but there might be little surprises here and there. And you'll find amazing people too. So go see some live music.
Yep. Bye.